And we are recording. So Deandre's having some technical difficulties. He is in chat, so we can see him participating. His camera's not working, his microphone's not working. So we're doing the best that we can right now. So Harrison, you can go ahead and take over.
Alrighty. All right, so here's my spreadsheet. Starting with Taj Mahal. There are lost sales, but it was because I was trying to allow room for production of Edgar Ale, so we wouldn't be in negative numbers for production. I finished with 162,000 for my EBT, but it's definitely not as efficient as it could be, I guess. I would say the main takeaway is the ending inventory from the previous month has a huge impact on if you're going to be able to keep up with sales for this next upcoming month. So building up inventory is really important beforehand, and that can completely either like make you a lot of money for a season or make you lose a lot of money if you're just not prepared going in. But yeah. I'm going to stop sharing now.
You can go ahead and put it back up. Because what I was saying, I wanted to see something on it real quick.
All right. Let me put it back up.
Because your EBT is about $30,000 more than mine. So yeah. I'm just kind of curious with.
Yeah, I think, okay, so I was thinking about this earlier, and I can't remember. What are your gross profits for each? Like, which one is this spreadsheet making more money on?
My gross profits in each. So I'm looking at mine right now. For your Taj Mahal, what is your gross profit?
306,600.
Yours $306,600?
Yeah.
Mine's $312,699.
Okay. So yes, you definitely made more money than me there, but not by, and then, so I think the fact that I sacrificed a little bit of money there maybe was able to allow for more production down the road of either probably Alley Cat.
Seeing your gross profit in Alley Cat is $30,000 more than mine.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Now, do we think that $30,000 that we either make $309,000, which is what mine is for Alley Cat, and $306,000 for Taj Mahal, or do we make $316 for Taj Mahal and $309 for Alley Cat, right?
Yeah.
We want to make as much money as possible. So I think if we go with the $340,000 with Alley Cat, and we really stock up on it for the summer and try to minimize those lost sales and that, just because of how much they sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what we want.
Yeah, because like Taj, it makes us the most money, but it's still not the same demand as Alley Cat. So it's like
it doesn't sell the same volume, and nowhere near as close.
Exactly. So I mean, to some extent, it almost doesn't, like, it matters, but it's not as much of a weight on it as you would think, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And so I just think for the winter months, and like, so early spring and winter, and then late fall, and when Alley Cat's really falling off, I think our focus should be, we shouldn't just solely focus on Edgar Ale just because our winter ale. I think we need to really focus on both and make sure we have enough inventory for both.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's that stocking up before we get to that point. That's what's gonna allow us to make the most amount of money during the actual season for each beer.
Right. Taj Mahal is gonna sell consistently throughout the year as long as we have enough inventory to keep up with that flow.
Exactly.
So we can minimize losses.
Yeah. So Taj, we should come up with a system, like, because it's so pretty much consistent, like the numbers. Like, so if we figure out a way to put in like, whether it's like one batch every rotation or whatever, or if it's like two every other or something, just to like keep that around the same level the whole time.
You think Taj Mahal we keep just like one fermenter in with Taj Mahal?
I don't even know if it would. I don't know if it would have to be one fermenter necessarily. It might be like, I don't. It maybe it would be like one fermenter, and then skip a cycle and then do two, or like, something like that, because we don't need. I feel like we would need more than. For one, we would need more than one fermenter, but also like there's going to be a lot of times when we don't have a fermenter available for Taj.
There's gonna be times in the summer where we just have to put all 4 fermenters as alley cat.
Exactly. So we can't.
We just sell that much of it that we need to make that much profit on it.
Have like a sustainable production the whole year round, because that doesn't.
I think I lost you for a second. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so I think there needs to be like every whatever it is, like every month or every month and a half, because it's 14 days for the fermenter, right?
I couldn't hear you. What was that? I lost you, Harrison. Um, I think we lost Harrison. All right, well, Deandre, I think you can see that his numbers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Deandre. Well, we can wait for him to come back, and then we'll pick it back up. All right, well, we lost Harrison. He got disconnected. So I think you can see through his numbers, Deandre, that I think maximizing Alley Cat's profits is the way to go, just because of how much volume we sell. Now, Taj Mahal is our highest gross margin, but we, in all honesty, I think just the amount of volume we sell with Alley Cat, that's more important. I do really think the way to make the most money in this is for Alley Cat. As much Alley Cat as we can sell during the summer is what we need to do. Do you agree with me, Deandre? You go ahead and type in chat, Deandre, if you're still with us. Yeah, I agree. We should go with Alley Cap. But yeah, I see an EBT of over 146,000. My plan was minimize all loss sales and I can keep production high. If that makes sense. So you want to keep production high in where? Do you want to keep production high in Alley Cat, or do you want to keep production high in Taj Mahal, Edgar Ale? Because you'll see my in a minute, and mine was only 135,000. I played around with it for a while, but I couldn't really figure out how to maximize Alley Cat without really losing gross profit in Taj Mahal. Because Edgar Ale, we need to keep a little bit of, no doubt. Like, we got to keep inventory of everything as much as we can. But during those winter months when we're selling more Edgar Ale, I think we do really need to focus on putting Alley Cat in the fermenters too. I'll wait until Harrison's in here. Like, I'll go over it again once he's here. But I think if we went in the winter months, like January, right when we start off, I think we go 2 and 2. We go 2 Edgar Ales, and then we go 2 Alley Cats, and then after that ferments for 2 weeks, and then after that we go 2 Taj Mahals and 2 Alley Cats. I think we just need to keep up. I think if we make, if I remember the sales correctly, I haven't looked in a minute, but if I remember the sales correctly, we could go 2 and 2, make however many Edgar Ales, Taj Mahals we need to sell within that time. The going 2 and 2 would work, and we just keep flowing in Alley Cats. I'm kind of just talking now, Deandre, just to like keep my ideas out there. We're kind of just waiting for Harrison to join, so we're trying to waste some time right now. Stuff. All right, so some technical difficulties, but Harrison will be right back. And then we've already gone over his, and we just go over it, and then we just talked about it again. And oh, he's back.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, so what I was just telling Deandre, and what he was, I don't know if you can see his chats anymore. But what I was telling Deandre was, I think for the first couple of weeks, I think we need to absolutely maximize what we can on Alley Cat, just because of how much volume we sell of it.
Yeah.
And in those summer months, and I was thinking the first few weeks, we just go, like, our first period of fermentation, we go 2 Edgar Ales and 2 Alley Cats. And then the next period, we go 2 Taj Mahals, 2 Alley Cats.
Yep. Alley Cats.
If I remember the sales right, I think that'll keep us afloat with inventory-wise all winter.
Yeah. I would imagine, yeah.
And then we don't sell a lot during the summer of it, so we can, every once in a while, we can mix it in there.
Yeah, exactly.
For the summer, but then once the end of summer comes, we start bumping up Taj Mahal and Edgar Ale sale and production once again.
Yeah.
And get us to the winter.
Yeah, exactly. Because we just need to get Alley Cat as high as possible, as early as possible, basically.
I think that's our best strategy.
Yeah. Because if we can hit that all like that peak of Alley Cat perfectly, then like not, I don't even know if it would be possible to not completely sell out maybe at some point, but if we could just be able to maximize, because that's the biggest opportunity to make money in the simulation. So.
And that's the thing. If we do happen to not sell out of it, I don't think it's possible. Yeah. But if we don't, how much inventory do we have of it? Because it does not sell in the winter.
Yeah, that's true.
So we don't want to have too much back stock of it. We can have a little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah. Because
if we put Alley Cat in, it sells what, maybe 200 units a week.
Something low, like
very, very low. It doesn't make us any money. So it would be nice to not sell out and just try to maximize that, but we don't want to have too much back stock to where we wasted time producing too much of it, you know? So I am going to start sharing my PowerPoint. You can see my screen and everything. You're good? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over to my simulation. Taj Mahal, I made sure we always had an ending inventory above 0. No lost sales in that at all. We go into Alley Cat, we have a lot more lost sales than you did.
Yeah.
With in those summer months.
Yeah.
July hitting the hardest, which we lose almost 7,500 sales.
Yeah.
We make $4 and however much on each case that we sell.
Yeah.
We make $5.42. Sorry, excuse my math. $5.42 multiplied by 7,459. That's $40,000 in sales we're losing in July.
Yeah.
Just not having stock.
Yeah.
So
so that should be a huge month.
That needs to be a huge month.
That has to be where we make the majority of the money.
July is midsummer. This is a summer ale, and we need to have as much stock of it as possible in July.
Yeah.
I think now looking at this now, I can see another strategy. I don't know how I didn't think of it before. I think if we can have 0 lost sales in Alley Cat in June, suffer a little bit in Taj Mahal and Edgar Ale, it might make up for it. Obviously, we're going to try it a little bit, but
yeah,
I think
that
it could very well make up for it.
Yeah, exactly. We scroll back up to
Edgar Ale. I only made 154,000.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, so wait, we go back to Alley Cat.
Go back to Alley Cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to look at it again. Real quick.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm gonna pull mine up real quick.
Okay.
So, yeah. So starting in like very early, like March.
Very early where?
Yeah, like March, I bump my production up to 6,000. And then
For Alley Cat?
and then I only increase it from there.
Okay.
Until
So
the
Cat,
end of the summer.
My Alley Cat in March, I had 7,150 for production.
Yeah, which was higher than I had for March.
But then April, May, June, July, August is 5,000.
Yeah, exactly. Which I kind of did the opposite. March was a little bit less, but then I bumped it up a lot. Like maybe like 3,000 cases more consistently, like 2 or 3, I think.
Okay. So I think we can work with that. If you're okay with it, I think we can just adjust my my spreadsheet just because we already have it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So what I was thinking is that in these winter months where we're not making as much here, we can cut the production a little bit, maybe boost Edgar Ale sales a little bit and Taj Mahal sales.
Yeah.
So if I were to cut this to, we'll just start here. We'll go to 3,000. Go 3,000 each. My Edgar sales jumped by almost 30,000.
Yeah, exactly.
No lost sales in these winter months.
Yep.
I'm at 161,000 now.
See, that puts you right at where mine was. Like,
maybe we can bump this to 35.65 just to lose all the lost sales. Still no lost sales down here. Now we're at 164,000. Yeah. Just those 500 cases made us $4,000, $3,000.
Yeah.
Now we still don't have very much. That doesn't do anything for our lost summer sales.
No. That's going to have to be decreasing production for Edgar and mostly Taj probably to make room. because we won't really be producing a ton of Edgar that time of the year anyways. Yeah.
Because for my Edgar Ale in January, we produced 83 of them. We just use our beginning inventory, we try to sell that, and we sell 3,600 of it.
Yeah.
And then start with 2,000, we add 1,200 to it, and then we sell another 3,000. And now we're down to 900, and now we start to lose sales in March and April.
Yeah.
How can we bump that number up while still keeping sales for Taj Mahal and Alley Cat similar, if not less sales? So I think we can tank a little bit in Edgar Ale just because it only makes us, it's our least gross margin is Edgar Ale.
Yeah.
So what are our thoughts on that? Let me see if Deandre said anything real quick. He is not. So.
So you're saying for which part of the year we're gonna make a little bit less Edgar? Are we talking about which season? So summer or winter?
I think spring. Going into spring.
Yeah.
We can make a little bit less because we do sell. Edgar definitely bumps up throughout the winter, but it sells consistently, just like Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Taj Mahal is our highest grossing, so we want Taj Mahal to. We don't want to lose sales in Taj Mahal, and we want to minimize it in Alley Cat.
That should be Taj Mahal should just be the consistent moneymaker.
And if you look into July, we end the month with 198.
Yeah.
Make 4,000, and then now we're sitting at 459, and it just slowly increases.
Yeah. So are we gonna try and? Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So are we gonna try and free up more production space to allow for more production of Alley Cat during like spring or summer to get ready for the like the push right there?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, because
if I'm looking at
it doesn't necessarily have to be that we increase. Well, okay, we can either increase production during those months, or we can increase production earlier in the year, so we'll have more stock. But right now, you already have more production earlier in the year, so
right.
Which one are we going to have more room in during that time? Well, there's no room in.
During the first 3 months?
I'm looking at your ending inventories to see where you have.
Ending inventory for Alley Cat.
Yeah. We go up to Taj now. What did Deandre just say? He just sent a chat, I think.
Let me go back and look. He had no lost sales for Edgar Ale or Taj Mahal, and had his sales for Alley Cat and Edgar Ale during the winter months at 2,000. And then keeps the Alley Cat production high because it's his highest selling beer.
Yeah. So what happens if you instead of doing 5,000 cases of Alley Cat for like May or whatever that is, like the one right before,
April, May.
Yeah, like do like see if we have room to add a little bit more there. Or is that
you want to
immediately
increase it just by 1,000, go to 6,000 here?
Yeah.
Enter. Yeah, everything still looks good as that. We have obviously 1,000 less lost sales. Still about the same amount.
Yeah.
No, we lost some sales in Deandre.
Oh. Wait, wasn't that, what was it before? Oh yeah, it was like, okay, so this just flipped it. That didn't really do anything. Okay. So,
yeah. That really didn't do much for our sales other than we just
no.
sold 1,000, sold 1,000 alley cats, lost about 900.
Yeah, no, it did not do anything. It didn't do anything worthwhile, really, or efficient.
So if we were talking about, we're in May, right? I adjusted May, or did I adjust April? I think I adjusted May.
Yeah.
If I went down to 2,500 Taj Mahal, we lose 302 sales. Bump May up by 500. That gets us another $600.
Yeah. But it's not really doing anything worthwhile. We're just exchanging lost sales in one for the other. It's not really.
Right. We are making $600 more though.
Yeah, true.
So, oh shit.
Money's money. So, yeah. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get the EBT much higher than that.
I think that's
didn't like the sub last class say like 160 was like about the highest.
I don't know what the highest could be, but if we're making 160,000, we reached our goal by a little.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty solid. Like, yeah. So now we just have to actually execute correctly.
And so how are we going to do this in our simulation now? Because now we got to put a couple of production orders in.
So do we want to go into scrimmage sim and see what the, well, I guess the beginning inventory would be the same in the spreadsheet probably, but
I'm gonna stop recording while I do this, just so that, or not recording, stop screen sharing.
Yeah.
So that you guys don't see my password and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll pick it back up again once I'm in.
Yeah. I was just gonna see what our beginning inventories were for each, because it starts January 1st, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, right.
Okay, let me start sharing again. Entire screen, allow. You guys can see my screen? All right. So looking at our production pod and going back to our sales, our spreadsheet, we won about 3,000 Taj Mahals in. A lot of alley cat, very little at your ale, because we're going to use that beginning inventory stock.
Yeah. So
if we all agree that that's what we're going to do, is that.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's good.
So how we do that? How many do you think we put we had one Taj Mahal in and 3 alley cats?
I think it would have to be for that first one to have that. Yeah, to be able to produce that much alley cat, I would assume.
Yes. 3 production orders for alley cat, 1 for Taj Mahal, and there's our first round of brewing. Then we're still into January.
Mm-hmm.
So you make 1,240 per fermenter.
Yep.
See. We are about half of the January production than what is on our spreadsheet.
So
all 3 of those fermenters made 3,720 cases.
Yeah. So we're either gonna have to. We're not gonna produce like any Edgar, basically, right? for January at least.
What I think, if we just did that for 2 rounds, did 3 Alley Cats and 1 Taj Mahal for January.
That just set us up very well.
Can you repeat that real quick?
I think that set us up well.
I think so too, because that would give us 7,440 cases of Alley Cat in January as backstock.
Yeah.
Now, if we get into April, they sell about 13,000 cases in April. Sell a lot.
Yeah.
So I think if we just go with the second round of that, then
yeah,
that'll set us up pretty nice.
I think that'll set us up pretty good for this.
All right. Well, there's our first month set up.
Cool. Do we want to go over like team roles?
Yeah. So what are you thinking for that?
I mean, just based on last time, if you don't mind doing production orders, I wouldn't be crazy to just stick with doing it that way.
I just keep up with the production orders.
Yeah, and I can
do that.
Monitor. I'll stay on our spreadsheet probably mostly.
You want to stay on the spreadsheet, and then
Yeah,
Deandre, are you
I'll stay
okay with
between-
keeping inventory up and just checking the sales graph?
Yeah, inventory sales.
Sales history, just to make sure that
leaderboard,
we're
that's
keeping up with what we
important.
need. Okay, cool. I think that is
Pretty solid.
all we need to do. I think we're set up perfect for our simulation.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. I think we're gonna do really well tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah.
All
I think
right.
we're gonna win.
Oh, we have to.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow.